สวัสดีค่ะขอต้อนรับคุณผู้ชมเข้าสู่รายการพอดแคสต์ของมหาวิทยาลัยกรุงเทพ Let's Talk Podcast by BU ค่ะเช่นเคยนะคะคุณผู้ชมวันนี้ค่ะเราก็มีสาระความรู้มากมายนะคะมาฝากคุณผู้ชมอีกเช่นเคยค่ะซึ่งสาระที่เรานำมาฝากกันในวันนี้นะคะเป็นสาระความรู้ที่ได้จากงานวิจัยของอาจารย์ในมหาวิทยาลัยกรุงเทพของเรานะคะหัวข้อที่เราจะคุยกันในวันนี้ค่ะคุณผู้ชมเป็นหัวข้อที่มีชื่อว่า Future Leaders of Entrepreneurial Businesses ค่ะขอเกริ่นไว้สักเล็กน้อยนะคะคุณผู้ชมว่าหัวข้อที่เราจะคุยกันในวันนี้เนี่ยจริงๆแล้วมันเป็นความรู้มันเป็นสาระที่สกัดเอามาจากงานวิจัยถึง2ชิ้นด้วยกันค่ะคุณผู้ชมค่ะงานวิจัยชิ้นแรกนะคะมีชื่อว่า Factors Affecting Intention to Lead of Young Leaders in the Virtual Teams นะคะส่วนงานวิจัยชิ้นที่2นะคะมีชื่อว่า Leadership of Future Leaders A Case Study of Business School Students in Thailand ค่ะงานวิจัยทั้ง2ชิ้นนี้ได้รับการเผยแพร่นะคะใน International Conference หรือว่างานประชุมวิชาการแบบนานาชาติค่ะซึ่งการเผยแพร่แบบนี้เนี่ยก็แน่นอนนะคะว่างานวิจัยทั้ง2ชิ้นนี้ถูกเผยแพร่เป็นภาษาอังกฤษค่ะและอย่ารอช้าเลยค่ะคุณผู้ชมเรามาพบกับแขกรับเชิญของเรากันเลยดีกว่าค่ะงานวิจัยทั้ง2ชิ้นนี้เป็นของแขกรับเชิญของเราในวันนี้ซึ่งนั่งอยู่ในสตูดิโอกับเชอรี่แล้วนะคะดร.เพ็ญจิราคันธวงศ์หรือว่าอาจารย์โมนี่ค่ะสวัสดีค่ะอาจารย์
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะขอต้อนรับอาจารย์เข้าสู่รายการนะคะ
ค่ะสวัสดีอาจารย์เชอรี่ด้วยนะคะ
ค่ะยินดีต้อนรับค่ะสู่ Let's Talk Podcast by BU เนื่องจากเมื่อสักครู่นี้เชอรี่เกริ่นไว้แล้วนะคะว่างานผลงานของอาจารย์เนี่ยถูกเขียนเป็นภาษาอังกฤษแล้วก็เผยแพร่ในงานวิชาการแบบนานาชาติเพราะฉะนั้นวันนี้เดี๋ยวเราจะดำเนินรายการกันเป็นภาษาอังกฤษนะคะคุณผู้ชมค่ะเริ่มกันที่คำถามแรกเลยดีไหมคะอาจารย์โมนี่
Yes
Okay so can you tell us about your background in research field please
Yes My PhD is in management and my MBA is in management information system and my bachelor degree is in majoring in finance and marketing. So I'm interested in doing research in all fields of business. Nevertheless, in the recent years, I have published my research in marketing and management. So these two fields are particular field that I'm interested in conducting research and publishing my researches.Okay,
that sounds interesting and sounds like you are very into the business administration.
Yeah, I try to.
Oh, you are. I'm sure you are. By the way, could you please share with us why are you interested in this topics such as young leader in the virtual teams or leadership of future leaders for entrepreneurial businesses? Why do you interest or like these topics? Please.
Since I'm in the management field.In the management field, one of the topics that we are interested in is how to develop a leader, and especially with the young leader that they are Gen Y and Gen Z. During this generation, I believe that different generations have behaved differently, and they have different needs, especially from the COVID-19. Circumstances have pushed the technological advancement to be more of the accelerator.for the business to disrupt how they do their business.
Sure.
And so the young and the future leader, they have used these advanced and disrupt technologies to facilitate their work, their lives, and in the virtual world, and also in the virtual teams. And so this phenomenon should affect how young leader and the future leader thinks, behave, and react in his and her organizations.which should affect future entrepreneurial businesses as well.
Okay. So as a researcher, and I write research also. So as a researcher, we always start with a literature review, right? When we are going to conduct something or write some paper, write.an article or something. So what do you find about past literature review that is related to your topics? Can you share with us?
Yes, leaders are the person who motivate team's member to improve group performance and continuously stimulate changes. Good leaders are highly needed, especially during the management difficulties due to the COVID-19. The leader, they must make decisions.which disrupt their normal businesses environment to the new normal business environment. In the Western style leadership, they're likely to empower followers. They distribute authority and they encourage subordinates to participate in the decision making. For example, the Dutch researcher found that if the vocational education and training teacher show the leadership style to be transformational, they tend to have higher report individually in acquiring information and participating in the team information processing. Nevertheless, in some culture, directive leadership such as providing team members to work with a clear direction and anticipation is frequently and widely accepted. For example, the 210 chief in the A.Mony Longhouse in Malaysia show that the transformational leadership require leader to obtain individualized consideration, inspirational motivation, intellectual stimulation, and idealized influence characteristic. The inspirational motivation leaders was a leader who could attract and empower his or her followers. Additionally, Mallory and Kanthawongs, the two researchers, developed potential leader among African youth using online communities because the online community could assist the millennials to destroy barrier and strengthen civil engagement.
Sure.
And Sheryl Sandberg, the executive of Facebook, was once stated that leadership was about making others better because you are present and making sure that the impact lasts in your absence. She was served as a chief operating officer or COO of Meta platform and has been with Facebook since 2008.
Yes.
In June 2012, she was elected to the Facebook board of directors, becoming the first female to serve on its board. In the same year, she was named in the Time 100, the annual list of the most influential people in the world.
Very inspiring.
And how leader like Sheryl Sandberg led the organization to such an era. Does she do it alone or she do it as a team?
Yeah.
So today, the virtual teams have played more important role both in business and social environment. The advancement of technologies as well as the hardship of the COVID-19 pandemic have disrupted how people working, living, and have leisure times around the world. Today, people start Zoom meeting, MS Team meeting, Google meeting to discuss company and earnings. The family member can also plan the family weekend through the Google searches.
Yes, sure.
Student and teacher could do their online exams, collaborate to do video clips together, and work as in the same paper file. Leader can make change to the virtual team design to increase the effective and efficiency of the team. So Muhammad and others collect the data in 2021 from 280 managers and employees in the manufacturing sector in Pakistan and knew that the entrepreneur leadership positively relate to the employee creativity. Warhab and Tasari in 2019, the two researchers discovered that entrepreneurial leadership was the mediator among the relationship of managerial competency and learning and orientation with the job performance. So the entrepreneurial leadership was the additional feature that was linked to the learning orientation and give rise to the continuous learning atmosphere. Transformational leadership on the project success was also empirically supported. For example, the transformational leadership include idealized influence, intellectual stimulation, inspirational motivation, and individualized consideration. And the virtual team mental model for the teamwork was the team members' knowledge in their roles, responsibility, and interaction pattern, and familiarity with one another knowledge, skill, and preference. And specifically, why I have to study Gen Z and Gen Y, or Generation Y. They born during 1980 to 1994. And the Generation Z, or Gen Z, born during 1995 to 2012. The two groups would play important roles in the future leader in businesses. In 2023, Gen Y around 29 to 43 years old, and Gen Z are around 11 to 28 years old of age. So, for example, in China, in 2022, Gen Z has revealed to be the world's largest consumer group with high purchasing power. Moreover, in the US, 2022, Gen Z represent up to 24% of the United States population, and they has been more open to diversity and more individualistic and technology driven than other generation. So this generation have college degree, and they will be majority in the incoming workforce. So that's why I'm interested how this two generation will become the future leader for the entrepreneurial businesses.
Definitely, they are new blood, and they're coming.
Definitely.
It's their time. Yeah.
They will come to the workforce, and they will have high purchasing power.
Yes. So their role is increasing.
Yes.
Day by day. Okay. Anyway, so I think I got a question which the audience, I think they are also wonder. So what do you want to propose in your research field?
I have done the content in this research for like several years. So starting like in 2021, I did propose that autonomy, competence, entrepreneurial leadership, learning orientation, managerial competency, self-efficacy, and effort perseverance has effect toward perceived performance of teamwork of the business school student in Thailand. And then the population of that research was the business school student in two large private universities in Bangkok and Pathum Thani province in Thailand. The total sample size at that time 410 respondents using the survey questionnaire, and most of them were female, 22 years old and senior students, and most of them are from the School of Business Administration and Accounting. However, in research in 2022, I hypothesized that shared leadership, project success, transformational leadership, virtual team mental model of teamwork, communication accommodation, conflict management, and business ethic competence had the positive influence toward behavioral intention to be leader of young leaders in the virtual team in Thailand. And the population of that second research was the young students studying in using virtual team at the large private university. And the sample size at that time, 384 valid participants with the survey questionnaire. And most of them were around 20 years of age, and they are sophomore or second year in the university, grade point average around 3 to 3.99, and most of them from School of Business Administration.
Okay. So what were your findings?
For the first research in 2021, I found that only managerial competency, self-efficacy, entrepreneurial leadership, perseverance of effort, and learning orientation, these are positively influencing perceived performance of teamwork of the business school student in Thailand. And in 2022, I reviewed that conflict management and transformational leadership respectively has positive influence toward behavior intention to be leaders in the virtual teams in Thailand.
So we come to the last question, I guess. I think this is a question that is a must-ask question. That is, so in your opinion, how would you think that the research that you conduct or the findings that you found, its benefit to the entrepreneurial world and to the small and medium-sized businesses?
Thank you. That's a very practical question.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the research finding in 2021, if the leaders are the person who inspire followers for the high performance and who continuously encourage changes, business executive and employer should understand that managerial competency, self-efficacy, entrepreneurial leadership, perseverance of effort, as well as learning orientation. These are the factors that will increase performance of teamwork of the future leader of business, especially who are Gen Z. And Gen Z employee and Gen Z business school graduate and HR department should learn that managerial competency, self-efficacy, entrepreneurial leadership, perseverance of effort, and learning orientation. These are the factors that will increase their team performance in their workplace. and employee who might want to work in the Western and Asian leader with the Asian leader, they should understand different leadership style and of the transformational leadership for today's disruptive business environment. And for my finding in the research in 2022, it was likely that if the business executive, employer, employee, HR department wanted the young leader to lead the virtual team in Thailand, they would need more training and development program, highlight conflict management, and highlight transformational leadership. So the young leader would have technique, confidence, and skill to be effective and efficient leader in the virtual team in Thailand. However, this young leader, they might not feel that shared leadership, project success, virtual team mental model of teamwork, communication, accommodation, business ethic, competence would attract them to be the leader in the virtual team in Thailand. So there might be further research on why those factors will not affect how they want to be leader in the virtual team environment.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much today for today, ค่ะ อาจารย์โมนี่ I think it's very inspiring topics that we all get today, and we hope you're coming back soon to our podcast show.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for all of you for listening to my researches.
โอเคค่ะ ได้สาระแล้วก็ความรู้กันไปเต็มๆนะคะสำหรับรายการพอดแคสต์ของเราในวันนี้ Let's Talk Podcast by BU ที่อาจารย์โมนี่มาแชร์กับพวกเราให้พวกเราได้ฟังกันนะคะว่าบทบาทความเป็นผู้นำของคนรุ่นใหม่จะเป็นยังไงต่อไปในอนาคตและบทบาทของพวกเขาในอนาคตด้วยค่ะคุณผู้ชมยังไงก็ฝากติดตามรายการพอดแคสต์ของมหาวิทยาลัยกรุงเทพ Let's Talk Podcast by BU ได้ในเอพิโซดหน้านะคะแล้วเรามาติดตามกันค่ะว่าใครจะมาเป็นแขกรับเชิญในรายการเราเป็นคนต่อไปค่ะสำหรับวันนี้ตัวของเชลี่เองแล้วก็อาจารย์โมนี่ดร.เพ็ญจรา คันธวงศ์เราทั้งสองคนขอลาคุณผู้ชมไปก่อนนะคะสวัสดีค่ะ
ค่ะ